I'm Josh from Posh, and today we're going to talk about how to make a batch of soy sauce ramen for you to enjoy by yourself or with your friends. I know it's something we do at Posh quite a bit, so come in and check it out on a late night if you're ready. Alright, we're going to start with a slightly warm pot, and I'm going to add about a tablespoon of pork fat. Sounds disgusting? Not at all. Ramen is just a big bowl of everything we know. Starting with pork fat makes it even more beautiful. Instead of using oil, we're just going to kind of render the fat. And we got two things. We're going to add a little crushed clove of garlic. We're going to add a little ginger. And we're going to let that caramelize just a touch. That's going to bring out some of the flavor of both those. We'll let that cook in the beginning. And then once that gets a little color on it, we're going to go with about 3 tablespoons of mirin, which is a sweet cooking wine. We're going to go with about 3 tablespoons of sake. Then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of soy sauce. We're going to let that simmer over medium to high heat and reduce. It's going to reduce by about half. In the meantime, make sure you have a pot of boiling water ready to go. Give it a quick stir. Then we're going to take our ginger and our garlic out. We don't want big chunks of that stuff. And then to that we're going to add a cup and a half of dashi stock. We're going to add a cup and a half of this thick, amazing pork stock. If you want, you could substitute chicken, but that wouldn't give you the true ramen flavor. We're going to let that all melt together, and then we're going to check our seasonings. It's important to have a nice balance of sweet and salty. The soy sauce ramen is a traditional Tokyo flavored ramen, real simple and clean, but a lot of richness to it. So that's going to come up to a boil. Once it comes up to a boil, we're going to check our seasoning. In the meantime, we're going to take these fresh ramen noodles here. See, this doesn't resemble that stuff you buy for 20 cents a packet, does it? These are beautiful, fresh noodles. Just water, potassium chloride, flour. We're going to set those into a little basket here. Once we drop them into our boiling water, going to separate them a little bit. It only take about a minute to a minute and a half. Just make sure that they're not clumped together so they all boil into one big mess. Give our ramen soup base a little stir here. Very, very rich. Sometimes you need a little teeny bit more soy sauce, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a touch more soy. We have a nice garlicky, soy, slightly sweet flavor. Check our noodles, give them a little tap, touch of a stir. These noodles are known to soak up their broth really, really, really fast. They have a nice chew to them. They pick up a lot of liquid quickly. So if you leave your bowl for too long, it looks like the noodles drank half the broth. Kind of like what happens when you have a drink on the rocks. The ice cubes tend to sip up all the alcohol. It's funny how that works out. So we're going to finish this. Stir. Check our seasoning. We're just about right on. So we're going to go ahead and take our noodles, tap them out. We don't want to dilute our soup with all the water from the noodles, do we? Give it a good poke. Go ahead and tap all the noodles out into your bowl. Take your finished broth, pour on top. Go ahead and give your noodles a little stir. And then traditionally garnish, we're going to use bean sprouts, leeks, little pickled ginger. And if you have some sliced pork, a little sliced pork works nicely. Some sheets of nori work nicely. A little sprinkle of sesame seed seasoning. And you have a nice steaming hot bowl of soy sauce ramen. Enjoy. Cheers.